Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back. Hey Vessel, how's it going? Sorry if today is a little bit different of a stream than you're used to. Normally yeah, you're at work. Nice. Yeah, normally I play video games on Fridays, but today I'm doing some painting. So yeah, sorry if this is a little bit different than what you're normally used to, but I hope your day is going well. Today I'm painting the avatar of Khaine. It's I mean, that's usually how work is though, right? Like, I'd rather be streaming Darktide, yeah, for real. You said you got the game though, right? You started building into Palpatine? That's so exciting. Yeah, what level are you at? How far you've gotten? I'm assuming you've done at least a few missions. Are you liking the game so far? Level 8? Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Myself, I just got to the heresy difficulty yesterday. Fucking hard though. Yeah, for real. The game, yeah, the big thing about the game is you have to, like, are you allowed to post links? I think so. I think at one point I disallowed it, but then I was like, I don't get enough people in here that are like trying to scam. So I think I enabled links again. That's the build. Let's check this thing out real quick. Budget Palpatine. Yep. Smites. Kinetic Aura. Yeah, Venting Shriek. Nice. Yeah, that's cool. It looks like a great build. It's got a lot of the things that I use as well, even though I'm running a bit of a different build. Mostly just because they're just good things to use. Like Venting Shriek is just great. The cooldown reduction, great. So, but yeah, the game's hard until you start to understand like the different enemy types and how to deal with them, and then you have to get good at like dealing with them quickly. Because, yeah, there's the basic horde enemies, right? And then there's the elites and the specialists, and then there's the monsters, the monstrosities. And even among the elites, like, you don't deal with all elites the same way. So there's quite a bit of a learning curve, which I think makes it fun, right? It makes it so that the game is like there's a lot of playability to the game. Enemy guns hurt, they really do. And one thing, you haven't gotten there yet because you're not a high enough level, but curios are important. If you go to your operator loadout, there's like 3 spaces at the bottom that you unlock. I think it's at, I want to say levels 11, 16, and 24, if I remember correctly. But curios are very important in helping your survivability. Especially against enemy guns. So You'll get there. You'll build up into it, and you'll get the you'll start to feel stronger. Also, movement is really important. I don't know if you've done a lot of sliding and dodging, but if you slide into enemy gunshots, you have a green health curio on. Oh, okay. So you have unlocked one. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you've done a lot of sliding, but if you slide into enemy bullets, you dodge them. Like they don't hit you. So that's one way, especially if you're using your melee weapon. It's a way to close the gap on enemy ranged models in a way that you don't take damage. So yeah, so one thing to note, since you do have a curio on, is it's important to note the difference between toughness and health. So you have like the blue health bar, which is your toughness, and the I think it's red. The red health bar that or white. It's usually white actually. Now that I think about it, is like your actual HP. To help mitigate damage from enemy guns, usually you want to tech into toughness. And the reason you do that is because you get toughness damage mitigation in your skill tree. So it'll say something like you take 20% reduced toughness damage from enemies. And so that's that blue health bar. And so generally the more toughness you have, the more resistant you are to enemy gunfire, because you have those extra perks that give you toughness damage resistance. So getting like toughness curios is generally good against guns. Like if you're struggling against like gun enemies. I want to use a rifle and staff, but I don't have a primary gun. Yeah, it says primary and secondary, but really it's melee and ranged. So like you won't really find a primary gun. Which is like kind of meh. I too wish I could have 2 ranged weapons, but yeah, sadly you get a melee weapon and a ranged weapon. But yeah, additionally, again, on the root of toughness, when you're in, so there's a concept called being in coherency. So yeah, if you're in coherency, which means you're close to the other members of the squad that are in the game, you regenerate toughness over time. So like sticking close to the other members of the squad that are in the game is actually really important for survivability, because yeah, you regenerate toughness while you're close to them. And if you like read some of the abilities that you have, some of your abilities also impact the allies. It'll say it impacts allies' incoherency. And so that, you know, it gives the buff not only to you, but also friends that are close to you. So like, yeah, you get a lot stronger when you're like closer to your other allies, because you're regenerating toughness, which makes you harder to kill, and your allies will have buffs and stuff that'll apply to you as well as them. Which I don't think the game explains that enough. Actually, I think the game doesn't explain a lot of things enough. But they're pretty important concepts, like, you know, the difference between toughness and your health, and like coherency, and you know, a couple other things that, you know, like dodging and sliding, and when to do those kinds of things, and that's what helps you, you know, be able to do the harder difficulties in the game. But yeah, it makes the game really fun, because there's actually a lot of thinking that's involved, like in building in your build, and there's a lot of skills that you can kind of develop. I'm still trying to learn the buttons for real, and it's really hard to learn the buttons when they throw hordes at you, and you're getting swarmed by like 20 different things, and you're like, what do I even do? And then a mutant runs up and like charges you and grabs you, and you're like, I'm gonna die. But yeah, it's a good game. I'm glad you're enjoying it, because it is quite fun. Kept getting ragdolled by a mutant. Yeah, mutants are hard, and that's something that, like, you have to learn the dodge timing, and you have to dodge at the right time. Otherwise, you do kind of just get ragdolled. Because they will just run at you, and you can't outrun them. And then they pick you up, slam you down, throw you, and then they charge at you again, and you're like, oh my god. So yeah, that's something that, yeah, you just gotta kind of learn the dodge timing. I wish I clipped it. Yeah. Yeah, there are a couple enemies like that are really punishing to not, if you don't know how to like deal with them. Another one is the dogs. The dogs are really, the dogs and the God, I forget what they're called, but they're the netters that like shoot an electrified net at you. Yeah, the dogs, the netters, and the mutants are pretty punishing if you don't know how to deal with them. Yeah, the net, yeah. Because, like, if you get hit with a net, or you get a dog jumps on you, or you, like, can't escape the mutant, like, you just die. You just die. I was with my friend. Oh, no. I'm getting iced. Rip. Yeah. Yeah, they just yoink you. And if it happens, like, a lot of times they'll send the the netters in with mobs. So if you get netted and then like in the middle of a mob, you almost always just die. Because you're just like sitting there in the net getting wailed on by like 20 of the like poxwalkers, and you're just like, oh my god. It's over. It's just over. Is there a lifesteal build? I'm trying to think. You know, I don't know. I don't know about a lifesteal build. I definitely don't think there's one for the Psyker. The Psyker is lightning healing you or others. Yeah, there's not a lot of healing in the game, and that's like on purpose. That's like part of the difficulty is that there's like the healing stations, and you can pick up some healing items, but it's pretty limited. Mostly there's a lot of toughness regeneration. So again, talking back to like why toughness is important. There's a lot of things that'll be like, when you kill an enemy, regenerate like 20% of your toughness like over time. And so there's lots of builds, like there are builds that you can do. Toughness is the shield, right? Yeah. Toughness is like the blue bar above your health bar. Yeah, so there's things in the game that like, you know, boost your toughness and toughness regeneration that kind of works like lifesteal, but it's not quite the same. Like I have my current build for veteran does a lot with toughness and toughness regeneration, where like I will mark a target, and if that target dies, me and everyone in coherency regenerates like 20% of your toughness. So, you know, I just continue to mark people, and as we kill them, me and my entire team are like constantly regenerating toughness, which makes it really hard for us to go down. And then like my active ability is like a shout that I do that gives everyone in my squad plus 50 toughness. So like, yeah, there's like there's builds like that where you're like increasing the survivability of your team. But yeah, it's not really like a lifesteal build. Now, I haven't played Zealot, and Zealot might have something like that. I know Zealots are big into, like, they have a big melee build path that makes them absolute monsters in melee combat, and that might have something with health. But I don't know, yeah. I actually might start a zealot next. Like start leveling a zealot next because I just got my veteran to level 30. So I might start up a zealot. Although I also haven't done any of like the end game stuff, so yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the game. I'm glad I didn't lead you astray. Another good thing about the game is that it's currently in, like, the company is actively supporting the game. So you know, there's still events that happen, and they're still doing updates. They're like updating classes and class abilities and stuff. So the fact that it's actively being supported is another reason that that it's a good game. It's not dead, so to speak. You got 2 new followers last night? Nice! One person came in and a second was someone my friend and I had been grouped with. Hey, that's awesome! I'm glad to hear it. We're trying to get more people to play since it's included in Game Pass. Oh, that's nice. I didn't know it was included in Game Pass. That's really cool. It's really easy to get people to join in then, huh? Yeah, I've only ever played with randoms, but I think it'd be really fun to play with a dedicated group. Where you can actually like talk about like team comp and get like synergizing builds and stuff. Like that'd be really cool. I'm sure you can absolutely cruise through missions like that. But I've had a pretty good time with randoms. What's your Discord name? Mod didn't like you? Uh-oh. What did it say? Mod's being angry? Oh no! Sorry. Automod thought that you were threatening me. I should probably turn that off. It does that sometimes, where it'll flag people's messages. It said it's up for review. Yeah, I reviewed it. I'll allow it. Yeah, Automod flag like random messages, and it'll be like, this is threatening a member of your community, and you're like, I promise, Automod, it's okay. I know you're just a robot, but like, I promise it's okay. Yeah, you should be able to, if you do, here, let me just paste my Discord name in the chat real quick. Yeah, if you wanna, that's the invite link to my Discord channel for stream. Most of it's about painting. I'm thinking about adding a, I think there is already a gamers section, and then I'm thinking about adding like voice chats for people, to like game on voice comms with. But my Discord's fairly new, so I haven't added a lot of stuff that, you know, is useful. But yeah, that's my Discord name. If you just want to drop a friend invite. There is a video games channel, but also a voice channel. Oh, I already have it added. Thank you. I was like, I know I was thinking about it, but I didn't realize I'd already done it. Good on me. I'll pat myself on the back. We just don't use it because apparently it was forgotten about. Yeah. Yeah, it would help. It would definitely be used more if I remembered it. That's a oof. That's a miss on my part. Would you be able to set up for your Fun Day Friday streams? What do you mean set up? What would I be setting up? Oh, so like people can join and game with me? Sure, I could do that. Or just talk to you while you're online, make it more interactive? Yeah, sure. I don't have a problem with that. Gotta get my more detailed brush here. Currently I'm going around and base coating the various parts that I'm going to be painting gold. Generally it's good to start with a nice clean base coat, so I'm going just base coating things like a nice dark brown. Yeah, there's a few major things that are left in before I finish this model. One of them is the metallic, or the gold metallic parts, and then another is all the gemstones that I'm going to be painting. And I think I'm going to be painting them green. Although I haven't decided between green or blue. Maybe I'll do both. Maybe I'll do a teal. Both green and blue. Why not? But generally a cooler color, just because of how much of the model is like fire and lava. Gotta add some contrast. Apply some cooler colors. Let's see if we can get some Alright, let's see if we can start getting some nice non-metallic metal highlights going on this. Let's actually see if I can find a good reference here. Right. Uh-oh. Gotta shake that one up a little bit. Oh boy. Something maybe a little bit like that. Gotta make sure to get the underside too. Can't be can't be forgetting about certain areas of the model. Alright, and then I'm also going to come in and glaze in a little bit of yellow. Just to give it a little bit of warmth. Make it more of a yellow gold. I find that I kind of prefer the more yellow golds. See if I can. Kind of glaze this on here. Just to give a little bit of a tint and color. All right, what do we think? Look like gold? Maybe? Hopefully. Spent the what? Last half hour painting those little chess pieces? Sure hope it kind of at least looks like metal. Of course, we can come in here with a little bit of reintroduce our highlight color, because when you glaze when you glaze in colors, it brings everything closer to the the color that you glazed in, and so some of our punchier highlights got dulled down, which is fine, but it does mean that we have to kind of reintroduce that highlight color a little bit to make sure that it maintains that punch. Looks gold to me. I have in fact seen gold in my life, probably. Yeah. That's a good question. Have I seen real gold? Probably, right? I feel like I've been to enough museums, right? That like I have to have, right? I've certainly seen, stuff that's supposed to look gold, right? On frames at museums? Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, I think I'm getting to the point where I'm making it worse. Which is always, it's like when do I stop? You know, it's like. Are the changes I'm making improving it? I think at this point the answer is no. I am making it worse. Although I am gonna come in and kind of do some shading around this centerpiece, because there's a center socket that holds this gemstone that I want to make sure is like properly differentiated away from the rest of the chest piece, so that you can tell it's its own distinct piece. Alright, that's pretty good, I think. Now I just have to do that on all the other armor trim. Easy, right? No big deal. Just the whole rest of the model, you know? Exactly like that. Although I am feeling a little bit like doing something else at the moment. So I think I'm gonna come in with some. I think I'm gonna come in and try to do a gemstone here. Specifically this one in the middle. And you know what? Maybe these... These two on the shoulders as well. And yeah, let's see how like a turquoise looks. Gotta get out my range of turquoise kind of paints. All right. Now let's see what we can get cooking here. All right, we're slowly kind of building up that turquoise color. I started building up the color, and then I didn't like how dark it was, so I kind of went back and added more blue, more of the turquoise to kind of bring that nice blue color in. Because while we want that contrast in there, we want it to read like it's a blue gemstone, not a black gemstone with like blue highlights, right? We want them to be blue. And the way we were doing it, it wasn't gonna turn out blue. So hopefully this is a little bit better. Alright, so we're starting to get some nice blue gemstones. And this is... And yeah, I'm really liking this color too. Again, we're trying to contrast the oranges and yellows of the lava body and the yellow, kind of the yellow of the gold, right? Make sure that we have lots of essentially it's our pop color, so to speak. Something that really grabs your attention and is interesting to look at. All right, and now I think I'm gonna start to bring out the white, because generally I don't actually have white like on my palette, because, and I'll show you because it really is crazy how much brighter white is than the rest of the colors that I'm using. So like if you look at the model, you're like, okay, very bright yellow, you know, very bright, almost white, you know, on this non-metallic metal, you know, very bright blue on the gemstones, right? But it is nowhere near the how bright white is. So just to show you, like on my palette, you can see like the difference between this is the color, this is the brightest color that I was using for the non-metallic metal gold. You can see how much brighter white is. You can see like the blue that I was using on the gemstones compared to white. This is the yellow that's in the recesses on the body. Again, you can see how bright the white is. So we want to use this quite sparingly. To make sure that it maintains its like punch. Because if we highlight everything up to white, then it kind of loses its punch, so to speak. And then things start to look dull. So yeah, I'm adding a little bit of white to each of the elements that I'm trying to get your eyes to focus on. So a little bit of white on the primary highlights of the gold, a little bit of white on the gemstones, and a little bit of white on in the lava. All right, and then similar to the armor, I'm gonna do kind of a clean black. And clean black is usually you get some nice like bluish gray highlights going. Yum. Okay. Paint needs to be mixed. Alright, so there you go. Nothing too crazy there. Again, we're just trying to get a nice, like, bluish gray highlight going. That helps make the black a little bit more interesting. Can also come in and kind of give some more love to to the knee pad, and you know, some of the other parts of the model. We're going for that. It's called clean black, so black with like a bluish gray highlight. You're on lunch? Nice. Halfway through the day, huh? While you were doing all that work, I did this small little chest piece and 3 gemstones. We're cooking. We're cooking over here. Chat, sloth is cooked. All right. Sometimes this some of these more circular shapes can be harder to paint because when you're using a paint, when you're painting stuff, you want to generally paint in the same shape as the object you're painting, but the paintbrush makes straight lines, and the thing you're painting is a circle. How late are you gonna be up for? I usually stream until 9 o'clock my time, so about 14 more minutes. Nothing crazy. Usually my streams are like 2 hours, because that's about the amount of time that I can sit in one place for. So East Coast? Not quite, Central Time. Yeah, one off. Yeah, I was like, that's why I was like, not quite. You know, you were close. Sheesh, are you like, what, Pacific? Pacific is 3 hours, right? Past Pacific? Oh. Not gonna lie, I don't know what's past Pacific. Oh, Alaska. Nice, that's really cool. Not that I actually know what time zone you're in, but hey, Alaska? That's lit, actually. Wait, lunch? We have our own time zone? Really? Technically 2, I think, but that's irrelevant. What is direction is what I just heard? Yeah, I didn't realize Alaska had its own time zone. That's actually really cool. Yeah, you know, you learn something new every day. But real talk, what job are you working that your lunch break is at 5:40? Like what kind of job you working? You don't have to tell me, but I am very curious, so. I always work 1 to 10. Huh. That's really interesting. Do you have yeah, I know, you know, like a lot of people work the 9 to 5 shift, but how do you like working that shift? Is it better or worse than like a normal 9 to 5? I know it probably puts you in a weird place with like making plans with friends and stuff. But I've only ever worked a 9 to 5, so probably gonna ask a few questions. Depends. I despise mornings. Never been able to do it. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I feel like I feel like I would definitely be able to get more sleep if I didn't have to get up for a 9 a.m. job. But yes, I work into the night kind of hampers the potential for friends. Yeah, or for plans. Yeah. Yeah. I can see how that would be tough. Like even like I even have trouble setting up plans with my friends that are in a different time zone, and that's just like an hour difference. Like sometimes I have problems that way. I can't even imagine like a whole different like work schedule and how that would impact making plans. I'm sure we'd find a way though. It's definitely not impossible. Before this, overnight worker. Wow, 10 to 7? Holy. That sounds crazy. East Coast being 4 hours ahead is rough. Yeah, I know. That's what I was like. Yeah, I was like, yeah. I have people that live in the East Coast. A lot of stuff is based off of Eastern time, and it's always like for me, it's 1 hour difference, and that's I run into problems with that. I can't even imagine a 4 hour difference. But hey, I mean, if it works, it works. You gotta get that bread somehow. But it's kind of cool here because if media drops at midnight EST, get it at like 8 p.m. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Time zones are so silly. A lot of my friends are on the west coast, so it's eh. But being only active at nighttime leaves me without many people. Days off are Monday and Thursday? That's wild. Yeah, that's crazy. Monday and Thursday. That's what they gave me, and I always kept it. Thankfully, I don't have my schedule fucked with. Yeah. Thirsty Thursday, yo. Yeah, I mean, you get to participate in Thirsty Thursday. That's a fun thing. Not that work prevents me from participating in Thirsty Thursday, but you know. Having the day off helps, I'm sure. Yeah, that's cool. Having a consistent schedule is, I think, more important than what your schedule is. Because it's even harder to make plans if you don't know what your schedule is. Always take a shot before work. Oh no. Hey man, I mean, whatever you need to do to get through the day, like, I get it. Work be like that sometimes. Yeah, I'm sure that's not fun. Luckily, I have an office job, so it makes things a bit easier. Because it kind of forces the 9 to 5. Hey, what's up, Nash? How's it going? Thank you for the subscription. 6 months. Let's go. You're the GOAT. Real hero. What do you think? What do you think, Nash? Does that look like gold to you? Some gold, some gemstones? Yay or nay? Looks orange. Like lava? Oh yeah. Specifically, I'm talking about this chest plate should look gold. Yeah, the skin and body should look like lava, but the little chest piece here should look like gold. Looking like some burning embers. Isn't that what the avatar is anyway? It is. It is. The avatar is the incarnate of the god of war, made out of lava. Oh yeah, kinda? Alright, good. That kinda is good enough, honestly. Chest plate looks like a crown, yeah? Nice. I haven't even, The avatar of Korn? No, the avatar of Khaine. Although they're kind of similar. But no, different faction. So not quite the Chaos God of Korn, but and basically spelled the same too. So I don't know why they did such confusing such confusing names. Although I guess it helps that they're both gods of war. Like, yeah. So it's like they're similar, so they have similar names, like, I guess. But also, like, come on. Give me a little bit of, make the names at least a little bit different so I can keep them straight. But yeah, my next step is to is to replicate this around all the trim. Which is gonna take quite a bit of time. But it should look nice when it's done, so. I also gotta finish the head. It's got a big helmet and a plume. Ah. But I started with the head detached to make it easier to paint, and then I forgot about it. So it's quite a bit behind where the rest of the model is. One of the dangers of painting in subassembly. Alright, I am getting towards the end of my stream here. But yeah, thanks to everyone for hanging out. I'm gonna be streaming again tomorrow and Sunday from noon to 2 Central Time. So if you can hang out again, that'd be lit. And I'll be painting the same thing. So yeah, until next time, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.